rabbi of the name Rabbi Yosef HaKohen Z'tl, great rabbi of his time. I'm not sure the exact date of his Hilula. The Hayomi website will actually commemorate it on the 15th of Elul over here, but he happens to have been a famous rabbi. I'm also not too sure the date he was born, but seemingly he passed away in Tafshin Hey in the year 1945. Now, he came from great auspices. I think he was actually born in a city called Alkalaa, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's more of the northern part of the city of Marrakesh in Morocco. Remember, Marrakesh in Morocco was like a center Torah place, let's just say, in North Africa in its day, and we've related over many videos of great chachamim that actually came from Marrakesh also. You would learn the Torah in the famous yeshiva in Marrakesh over there, and some of the great rabbis of that specific city of Alkalaa, respectively. He was very, very pious rabbi, and was really known for various different nisim, various different miracles. Haya Chasid, מקובל, ומלומד, בניסים, and was very muflא, bnegla, ובנסתר, as it's let's just say reiterated away here inside the Hayomi website. Now, I think it was after he passed away. I think his grandson, Rabbi Yosef HaKohen, actually came from Casablanca and actually produced the book of his grandfather over here, of Rabbi Yosef HaKohen, and very, very interesting. Shufriyad Yosef, I think it was. This book itself, I think, was based on the Torah, and I think it was published on the 15th of Elul. So that was respectively. Now, I think they would commemorate his Hilula on the 15th of Elul. It would be that seemingly was possibly the date when his book was actually printed. I think the Shofriyad Yosef was printed respectively. So I'm not too sure actually the date when he did pass away, but I think the book itself was published in the year 1945. A great book of its time. I think we mentioned it on various occasions before here on this series, and I recommend everyone to look more into it. We're going to explore a few of the highlights from his book. I just want to say on the outset, we've related over various different great rabbis from Marrakesh, respectively. That there were very, very various different great rabbis from that place in time, and actually, I believe the Hebrew books. The org website actually does chronicle over some of the teachings of this actual book itself. Seemingly, according to another place, it was printed in the year 1959. It contains 333 pages over here. It's Sheilot and Shuvot, it's a question and answers book. I'll reiterate it again. I just made a mistake. I think the book was printed actually in 1945, containing 146 pages, and it was printed in Casablanca. The book was Shufriya Yosef. I think it actually states on the book itself, Isaac Cohen, obviously using his English name, Elkala'ah. This is, and it actually says, actual address, if you see the preface of the book, Monsieur le Rabbin, Isaac Cohen, Elkala'ah. This is in Pure Razon. It was connected to I think it's situated in Casablanca, and it talks a bit with regards to the Great Chacham itself. I think it's available in the Hebrew Books.org website and connected to the Chabad Lubavitch library. I think Sifriat Chabad of Lubavitch. It can actually be found. So he was obviously a great rabbi of his time in Casablanca. I think it's connected to the Ohel Yosef of Lubavitch to give its precise. And it says, "Zeh sefer Adam hagadol ba'anakim, tzadik ben tzadikim, v'hem bezukakim, mel'im zev u'vekim, asher pa'al ba'aseh Torah morsha, chidushim al Moshe Moshe Torah." Seemingly, it's got various novelties and teachings from 5 books of Moses. Metukim midvash, like it's sweet as honey. V'nevet tzofim, shechiber harav muvak, shemen turak, kadosh ya'amalo, hamukubal elokei ha'melomad benisim. And just stating over the greatness within regards to Rabbi Yosef HaKohen and Bishadlut, so it just comes on the preface in of itself, and really just to say, does contain various other importances within regards to the book. So he was a famous rabbi of Morocco in his time. He's a rabbi that we've mentioned about on various occasions before. I think also you can actually find this book on the National Hebrew Library website also, and there's various other galleries that are actually chronicled over within regards to him. So seemingly this book was printed in the year 1945. I'm not too sure when he exactly passed away. I said on onset maybe he passed away in 1945, but seemingly if his grandson would publish his book in 1945, he would have passed away maybe a couple of generations worth beforehand, but I'm not too sure on the exact date. So if anyone has more clarity, let's just say on that, I would definitely appreciate it, and it'll be good to just looking at the HebrewBooks.org website in of itself, and the National Library website will actually contain this book as part of the great books of Marrakesh in of its time in that specific section, and we'll actually list other great books of rabbis. Maybe it would have a reprinting at a later stage, I think, and will be printed together with loads of other books. But very, very great book of its time, seemingly, and a lot of importances within regards to it. Let's explore a few of the highlights from the book that the Haymi website actually chronicles over. I think coming from the Shofrei Yosef, the Parshat Ve'era section, this is obviously in the book of Bereshit. I think it's on the 11th page on Amud Bet. It will say, Melamed Tzadik Tzalilot Hada'at Lasot Tzedakah Mishpat. How important it's about within regards to tzedakah and judgment in of itself. Another nice teaching that we'll see inside the book, we'll actually taken from Parshat Ekev, which was 3 weeks ago from time of recording here. Parshat Kitetze. Melamed Shefshar Liknot Silmot Shlemot Biyot Arabim Bachdut Gamor. This is another important teaching. Just once again, it stresses that it's from the year 1945 in Casablanca, the book. Melamed Kevan Gala Velo Kibed Ora Gala Menu Yosef Gilu Ben Ha'umot. Another teaching there. I think that actually comes from page number 22, Amud Bet. Another nice teaching is Melamed Shebridifat HaTorah Koneh Haaretz B'Yerusha She'en Ba Hefsek. This actually comes from page 62 on Amud Aleph over there. I think it was actually printed in the publishing house of Rozon, if I'm not mistaken, in Casablanca. Another teaching. This actually comes from this week's Parsha Kitetze, that section. So it's actually nice to see a teaching from this week's Parsha connected to the Great Chacham, and that was in page number 66. Another teaching, how Hashem hates when people steal from other people. This actually comes from Parshat Shlach Lecha in page number 46, that teaching. A few more teachings here. This comes actually from Parshat Bereshit, the start of the book, actually on the first and second page, respectively. Another few more teachings. This actually comes from Parshat Shoftim, which was last week's Parsha. Here we are in Parshat Kitetze, on page 61 of the book, obviously in Amud Bet. And one last teaching from the book. It teaches, Melamed Ta'am Shvi'it She'enut Shalit Benachsab V'lo Yarum Levivo Ma'achiv. This actually comes from Parshat Bahar at the end, towards the end of Sefer Vayikra, on page number 40. Once again, stressing how the book was printed in the printing house of Rozon in Casablanca. Rabbi Yosef HaKohen. So we're not sure the exact date of his passing. Seemingly, his book was printed. Seemingly, was released on the 15th of Elul in the year 1945. So we're talking about here from time of recording about 80 years ago. Now, friends over here, we are a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. Now, if you descend from any of the great chachamim we are speaking about in this series, please don't hesitate. Let me know. I would love to hear more information. So please, I really, really appreciate it. If anyone is interested in watching any of these videos recording on the great chachamim, please share these videos also to other people. Now, friends, we are nearing a staggering 7,500 subscribers to the channel, which is a phenomenal achievement at the moment. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join the great community where we're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. We've already recorded over approximately a staggering 1,250 short biography videos of some of the great chachamim of yesteryear. We're trying to explore the history and the wisdom of some of the rabbis, especially from the North African countries, from the Spanish vicinities, from the Ottoman places respectively, and from the Asian places. We're trying the Sephardic countries. That's what we are trying to target over here, learn about the alls, ins and outs, let's just say, in of itself. So we are really delving into that, and we are just really making huge progress, which let's just say is absolutely phenomenal. So over here, there's many reasons why to join the channel itself. And please subscribe. Shabbat Shalom also in advance, because we are coming in to Shabbat Parshat Kitetze this week. We're in the middle of Sefer Devarim at the moment. We're in the middle of the month of Elul, and really making a huge progress. So friends, everyone, thanks for watching and taking the time, and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for all the fantastic comments you're all giving, and it's really, really appreciated. So wishing you well, and Shabbat Shalom, and take care, friends. Thank you very much.